Hello, I am Editor Than Mai. I will provide you with the latest information of the day. Not our war. Bipartisan U.S. lawmakers back resolution to block involvement in Iran as Donald Trump publicly threatens to join Israel in attacking Iran. An unlikely coalition of lawmakers has moved to prevent the president from involving U.S. forces in the conflict without Congress's approval. On Tuesday, Republican Congressman Thomas Massie, whose libertarian-tinged politics have often put him at odds with Trump, joined with several progressive Democrats to introduce in the House of Representatives a war powers resolution that would require a vote by Congress before Trump could attack Iran. Democrat Tim Kaine has introduced companion legislation in the Senate. This is not our war. But if it were, Congress must decide such matters according to our Constitution, Massie wrote on X in announcing the resolution. Democrats Ilhan Omar and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez replied, signing on to the tweet, while Massie's office later announced that several others, including Chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, Greg Casar, would also sponsor the resolution. The resolution's introductions came hours after Trump left a G7 summit in Canada early to return to Washington, D.C. and demand Iran's unconditional surrender, following days of Israeli airstrikes that have targeted its top military leaders and nuclear facilities. The White House later denied media reports circulating that the U.S. had decided to become involved in the conflict, with spokesperson Alex Pfeiffer saying, "American forces are maintaining their defensive posture, and that has not changed. We will defend American interests." However, U.S. military aircraft and sea vessels have moved into the Middle East, and Iran's deepest nuclear facilities are thought to be penetrable only by a bunker-busting bomb possessed by the U.S. alone. Trump campaigned on keeping the United States out of foreign wars. And this past weekend, J.D. Vance told Army troops at a military parade in Washington, D.C., "We never ask you to go to war unless you absolutely have to." Trump vetoed 2 war powers resolutions during his first term, which concerned Iran and Yemen, and has called for a primary challenge against Massie for opposing his priorities. Such resolutions are privileged, meaning they must come up for a vote. Though House Republican leaders have lately taken unorthodox steps to undermine efforts targeting issues like tariffs. In an interview, Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna, who co-sponsored the resolution with Massie, warned that if they do that, they really will be then angering their Republican base, pointing to Trump and the vice president's anti-war pronouncements. "This is an opportunity for the Democrats to become the anti-war party again," Khanna added. "Our leadership should be vocal on this, and calling Trump out on this, upholding his promise to be anti-war." He predicted the resolution would pass if we bring it to the floor in the House, where the Republican Party holds a mere 3-seat majority. But it is unclear if enough crossover support will materialize. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a right-wing Republican, who has spoken out against U.S. involvement in Israel's air campaign against Iran, told The Guardian, "While I'm opposed to America's involvement in foreign wars and regime change, I do not see a need to sign on to Representative Massie's war powers resolution yet, as we are not attacking Iran. I trust President Trump will deliver his campaign promises and turn this dangerous conflict between Israel and Iran into peace without war. If the situation changes, then I may sign on. We'll see what happens." Please like and subscribe to wait for the next information. Goodbye and see you again.